Brian Betz here, jazz guitar player, professor of jazz guitar at Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey. If you like this video, check out my website, brianbetz-jazz.com, or Google me. My last name is spelled B-E-T-Z, or subscribe to this channel. I have several videos and recordings that I've made in the past on here. Today, I haven't done a video in a bit. Let's talk about chord solos, something that I feel gets neglected a lot in jazz guitar. I feel like a lot of guys want to play in a linear fashion, and that is paramount, which is certainly very, very important. But I feel that the chordal aspect of jazz guitar playing gets negated. There was a time in my life I practiced like 8 hours a day when I was in college, probably for about 10 years of my life. The bug had bit me, if you will. I don't have that time anymore. I have a family, I have little kids, I have a Mrs. Betz. So when I practice, I'm very, very selective of what I practice. And the thing that I have been after for many years now is chord solos. I feel that to me personally, it's really challenging, it's hard, and I like the way it sounds. So I'm going to talk about chord solos a little bit today. So I'm going to play a little chord solo thing first, because some of you might be thinking, well, what's he talking about? I'm not talking about a melody in chords, like a ballad, if you will. Melody in chords being... That's great. I should do a video on that. Maybe one day I will. I'm talking about a chord solo. Something that you'd hear from Wes Montgomery. Something that you hear from one of my favorite jazz guitar players, George Benson. And a lot of guys would do this. Very cool texture. So I'm going to play a chord solo. I'm going to keep it, this is over F blues, okay? So I put a little chord solo there. What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about always the harmony in the solo. Okay, so I played blues and F12 bar blues, jazz blues. Thinking about the harmony, and I'm trying to move a melody on usually the first, the second, sometimes the third string, but usually the first or the second string. And I'm trying to make something happen. And I'm trying to make it sound as slick and as easy as I can, and it's not. So take, for example, just F7, okay? Check this out. So I ran an F mixolydian using all these different F7 chords, voicings that I have. Okay, now, that's how I would practice this. I would run all my chord families. I would take my major sevenths even, like Fs. Minors. Dominant. Okay? I would beat them up in a drill. If you're going to improvise, great over this, or even if you're playing lines, you need to have some sort of drill. In the beginning stages, no one comes and just starts soloing with this stuff and like this magic wand, you know, you will play now. No, it didn't happen to me at least. So I would like put the metronome on and I would just run these like for F7. Okay, and then maybe I do some slides. Because if you listen to Wes or George Benson, man, that's how they start to make it sound hit. And then some approaches. Maybe I'll come in a whole step away or a whole from above or below. So like if I'm doing just F still. maybe up 3. Okay, and then from there I would try to plug it into a song. And I always started with blues, because blues, the form on blues is short. It's, I think, one of the most forgiving. I won't say it's easy, but you know, in this case, a lot of dominant 7th chords, with the exception of the minor, the 2/5 at the end. So like, keep that in mind. I'm gonna play a little bit more for you, just so you can see where I'm coming from with this blues in F. Okay. Okay, and I'm thinking of Wes right away. I'm thinking of guys that would do this, not necessarily Grant Green, because he wasn't, this wasn't his thing. I find this is one of the most challenging things to do on jazz guitar, because, you know, quite frankly, you're doing up to 6 things at once, because there's 6 strings. A lot of times I'm not playing all 6 strings, but let's say, you know, if I play a chord solo, I'm putting about 4 notes at once, and I'm trying to make a melody happen and make it sound hip and effortless at the same time. You know, we'll put a couple of wrinkles in your brain, if you will. So keep that in mind. Slow. I still practice this incredibly slow. So I'll take a little bit of another song, so we have some other qualities of chords to bring into the equation. So this is a little bit of a song, a standard called All of Me. Okay. So there was a lot of different qualities in there. Just to give you an idea, I've been practicing this concept, let's say, for a while, for years. This is something in my practice that, you know, I'm reaching for. So I hope this video helps you out. I hope it gives you a little, maybe a different insight on playing jazz guitar. If it's an avenue you have not investigated, maybe it's something you should check out, and keep swinging.